Hey y'all, I'm Dylan.
And I'm Jordan.
And we're back with episode 7 of Hall Pass.
Yay!
What's up, y'all?
Insert our cheer track.
Insert our cheer. Y'all, it's been a minute since you've seen us in the flesh.
Yes.
You know, I know we talked on the phone a couple weeks ago, but, you know, how y'all doing?
It's
good to see you. It's good to see you. I hope it's good to see us. Did you guys notice anything different? About anything? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with what we're sitting in front of. The backdrop is different, guys. The backdrop's different. If y'all remember, our last one was like very like pale, shimmery, pink, fluorescent. We've giving,
you know, under the sea.
We've talked to folks, and you know, we were like, actually,
folks whose advice we really trust.
We really trust and appreciate. You know who you are.
Yes.
And so we were like, yeah, let's switch up the backdrop. So we're entering our lush, our velvety, our rich, hot pink era.
Yes. Word to Doja.
Very that.
And, you know, we're working with our, we had to do a little bit of color theory, you know, work with what works with us. And, you know, we are light, bright girls. So we didn't want to blind y'all getting on this damn screen up here looking like highlighters.
No, it was
not by our beauty, but by how bright it was.
It gets to a point, and we realized that, and we corrected it.
We realized that, you know, and we said earlier, you guys would be growing with us, and there would be things that change as we move along, and updates and new schemes and themes. So our viewers are seeing it in 4K. Like, you're seeing the changes. So more of a reason to watch.
Yeah, if anything, also. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what y'all think about the hot pink.
Let us know. Like it?
Yeah. You know, we do our live updates in the beginning. Yeah. Obviously, y'all know we're reporting live from the trenches, aka the US. And, you know, it's real trench like out here. It's real gutter
like.
Yeah. So I mean, we're not gonna focus on any of that because that's not why we're here. But obviously, you know, we are active, mindful people in this country, so we see what's going on, and we're right here with y'all. And obviously, we don't agree with any of the tomfoolery that's happening right now. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to focus on good things. We're going to dissociate.
Yes.
Because you have to. You
must to survive, you know, and we're here to help aid with you in your survival.
We're here to guide you into dissociation.
Yeah.
So
and watch something actually good to fucking watch. Like, sometimes it's just the weight of the world is a bit draining.
Right. So in the words of Snoop Dogg, come on, loved ones, let's take a journey. Actually, fuck Snoop Dogg. Whoops.
Whoa, yeah, right? He showed his whole ass recently.
He showed his ass, so forget I said that. Yeah. Let's just get into live updates. Anyway, guys, for me personally, I've been getting back on my fitness tip. I had a steep fall off after I came back from Brazil. Because I was working right before then, and then I went and I accomplished Beachbody, and I said that's enough, and I stopped. But we're back on it. I'm doing my 10K steps a day. We're doing Pilates. Where we're in it and getting ready for the summer. Potentially prepping for Amazing Race. Getting our wind up, getting our stamina endurance up. Okay. Y'all, we're gonna try. Okay. But
you will be seeing us again.
You will be seeing us
on the big screen.
Okay, on the big screen. If anybody watching this works with Amazing Grace, you know, call it.
Please call.
But yeah, guys, that's me. I did a little bit of your update, but I guess what's up more so with you?
Yeah, I mean, it's very similarly, you know, outside the 9 to 5 work has been a little crazy for me recently. But outside of that, really trying to step into the fitness girl era, like similarly, like fell off after I came back from birthday because I was living it up, drinking, eating everything my heart could desire. So the New Year's expectations didn't really New Year's like they were supposed to. Like the resolutions were put off. I'm not gonna lie. So we had to. I have March resolutions, y'all.
Better late than never.
Late than ever. Summer is a few months away, so I'm trying to get in my Meg Thee Stallion bag. Like, period. I need to tone up. So, you know, me and Dylan are doing a little Pilates challenge. We're getting our steps in. Some point I want to get back to in the gym, but like I feel like I really need to like work out before I'm comfortable, like, you know, working with equipment.
You have to get back into the swing.
I gotta get back into, you know, losing my breath after movement. Right. So yeah, fitness, and just trying to enjoy life, going out, being with friends, being with loved ones, and doing the whole 9, and making the best of things right now.
Yeah,
and prepping. And prepping, you know, in case shit goes to hell. But you know,
let's hope not. Fingers crossed. Let's stay vigilant. You know,
let's stay vigilant.
But yeah, guys. I mean, we're still here. And
we're still kicking.
Let's get into the real meat of everything, though. Yes. And without any further ado, y'all, class is in session.
And we're back. Hey. Guys, we are here with our first period of the day. And we have a new class for you, actually.
It is a new class.
It's a new class. And we'll be doing creative writing for period 1, y'all. Ooh. I wonder what we could be talking about with creative writing. It's going to be a show that we have scheduled for your homework. I hope you did it. I hope you were listening.
Yeah, guys. Actually,
I hope you did.
We gave a little sneak peek into it in our 2024 Wrapped episodes. Yeah, y'all remember?
Yeah. But guys, we will be talking about White Lotus. Yeah. For creative writing. It has been such an awaited show for us. We are obsessed with this show.
Love this show.
Love this show. There are 3 seasons of it. It comes on Max.
Yes.
If you are a streamer, stream through Max. And it is just such a good show, you guys. It's one of those shows where you don't have to watch all the previous seasons to watch the new one. So where I do recommend you watch from season 1 through season 3, you can literally just start at season 3 if you want to tag along.
Yes.
It just started. You don't have much to go. And it's a good binge watch too to keep up.
Yes.
So to start off, I wrote a little summary so you guys can get the gist of what White Lotus is about. We'll talk about the premise. And of course, guys, we will be diving into the first 2 episodes. So if you haven't watched, you know what time it is. But here we go.
Let's get into it.
So White Lotus is really a dark comedy, almost more of a dramedy. And it's set on a luxurious resort that follows the lives of both wealthy guests and the hotel staff that works there. So the show is pretty much about the White Lotus Resort. Yes. And the White Lotus Resort is seen in several different countries through each season. For this season, we are in Thailand.
Ooh,
y'all, it's a destination. So I want to be there so bad. Y'all, I love elephants. Dylan knows this is my favorite animal. And I truly, one of my dreams is to go to Thailand. So the fact that it's there, I'm like, this is a sign.
It's a sign.
I'm taking it from the universe.
Let's pack.
Anyways, guys. So yeah, it is a dramedy. It's a dramedy, and it talks about the lives of the guests and the hotel staff that works there. Each season really explores the interpersonal relationships that reveals all the complex issues and hidden tension amongst the characters that are on there.
Yes.
The show delves into different themes that talk about privilege, class, human nature, sex, all and everything in between, and the dramatic outcomes that come because of this.
Yes.
And each season, like we said, is set in a different location. This season, we are in Thailand. So yeah, guys, there is definitely a recurrent theme you'll see amongst the seasons. Is always digging into deeper issues amongst like the main characters, the main cast group. But you'll see after people who watch know like kind of what to expect with White Lotus. It's such a broad spectrum of things to expect. Yeah. Like there's going to be scandal. Someone always dies.
It's like a murder mystery dramedy because somebody always dies.
Someone always dies, but then it's also funny, but it also has like deep social issues a lot of times intertwined with it. So it's just a really good show to tap into. Now I'm going to get into like the main characters and kind of like the themes of the cast groups and like what they're really getting into on this season. So we have one of our 5 major groups of castmates on this show. One is going to be this girlfriend group.
Yes.
There are 3 friends that are part of the group. One of the girls' name is Kate. The other girl's name is Lori. And then the other third girl's name is Jacqueline. So these 3 women, I should say, are lifelong friends. We've been friends for 20 years, all of our lives, and we each have made different lives for ourselves, but we try to remain close and still try to keep up and keep in contact over the span of our friendship. One of the girls is now a famous actress, famous celebrity. That is actually, I believe, Kate.
I think so.
It was
no
Kate.
Lori.
No, I believe. Oh, Jacqueline. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jacqueline
is the famous actress that became famous. Who's part of the friend group. There's also Kate, who is more of a I would say not a stay-at-home mom, but she is the wife of a very rich man.
Yeah.
I didn't really give much of her backstory yet, but you can tell she married well and she lives a very luxurious life because of her husband.
Yeah. And she hasn't talked about her job. She hasn't really talked about her job. She doesn't work.
It's giving more of like socialite or just woman of status.
Agreed.
And then we have Lori. Lori is the girl who kind of made her name for herself. I believe she's a lawyer, or she's like some big exec. I think she's a
lawyer.
I think she's a lawyer.
I think.
But she went a different route, and she made the success for herself in that way. But they're all childhood friends, and when you kind of set the scene of their friendship, it really gives quiet animosity. Like, these are frenemies. You are seeing these women through the eye of anyone who watches Real Housewives or any of the reality shows, or who is a woman and has been in these relationships themselves. Like, you can spot this friendship. They don't really like each other to the extent where you feel like lifelong friends should.
They hate each other.
There's secret tension. There's jealousy. There's comparison. There is enemies. Honestly, there's enemies within the inner circle. So you're seeing this build. You definitely see the two girls, I would say Jacqueline and Kate. Mm-hmm. They are the two quote unquote stereotypical pretty for a white woman, you know. They but you know, I'm serious, like, you know, they get the Botox, they go to the med spas, they have all the latest treatments and things done to them, whereas Lori is a regular woman, you know. She hasn't done all that to herself. And like early on, you're kind of seeing them, oh, you look great, and they kind of leave her out. So it's gonna be very bitchy, not really friends, girl group of women.
Yes.
Then we have our family of 5. Y'all, this family is so weird. So weird. You have a mom and dad, 2 sons, and a daughter. The daughter is the middle. They have an older son, and then the youngest is also their other son. We have Timothy, which is the dad, who is also played by Jason Isaac. If you remember Jason Isaac from Harry Potter, he was Lucius Malfoy. Like, AKA, minus the bust down.
AKA Lucius Malfoy, because of that 40-inch bust down. Donatello unit.
Like, okay, he is without the bust down. And I low-key forgot what he looked like. So I was like, is that...
I didn't recognize him without Miss Donatello on his head.
I could not place him.
I really didn't.
There is him. He is the dad in this situation. Then there is Victoria. She is the mom. We also have Saxon, who is played by Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
So that's Arnold's son. He's playing the eldest son. We also have Piper, who is the middle daughter. And then we have the youngest son, who is Lachlan. This family of 5 is a little weird. I would say the dad is definitely giving successful businessmen, but there's something afoot. Like, he's getting these calls from press and they want a statement, and it's giving like some shit went down with his corporation or someone he trusted, because everyone's asking him for a statement.
There's some scandal.
Scandal going on while he's on vacation.
Yeah.
Their middle daughter is definitely the black sheep of the family. It seems like she kind of wants to like go her own way. She's the one that kind of sparked them to go to Thailand because she wants to visit the Buddhist temple.
For like a thesis
statement. She's a religion major. So it's giving, you know, even though she comes from money, she's kind of like doesn't really care about it or trying to distance herself from that aspect of her life. Then we have the oldest son. He is daddy's shining star. Like, he wants to be just like his dad. He looks for his dad for all the approval.
He works at his company.
So it's giving very much, you know, nepotism. He's the son, unfortunately. And also stereotypically, so he's weird and like sexually creepy.
He's a creep.
He's a fucking creep, and he's creeping on all the women on the island. And low-key on his sister. It's fucking weird, you guys. You have to watch the show. Like, to really get it. Then there's his son. He just is the youngest son, who's Lachlan. He just seems lost.
Yeah.
He seems lost. You don't really know like what is going on in his head, and it feels like he's kind of like going back and forth between like the ideals of his sister and his oldest brother. Like,
and deciding which school he wants to go to.
And deciding what school he wants to go to. It looks like he's just kind of like weighing around. Like, it just doesn't. He doesn't really have a real route that he's going down.
Yeah.
But they have some weird like incestual sexual tension amongst the siblings.
It's weird.
It's weird, guys. The mom is drugged up all the fucking time. Like,
she's a key, low key though. Like,
she's super funny.
She's funny.
Then we have Rick and his girlfriend, Chelsea. Rick is giving, I don't know what the fuck Rick is doing. It's low-key like he's a hitman? I don't know, but it low-key gives weird. Like hitman, or he's some mystery man who has this very young British girlfriend who's like a doll. And if you remember, I forget what her name was. Oh, her name is Amy Lou Wood. But if you ever watched Sex Education, she was Amy in Sex Education. So if you watch that, she's also the girlfriend in this show. She kind of plays like, I think she really plays as herself. Like she does.
Very her.
But she is like the girlfriend, and she's happy-go-lucky and so much younger than this guy. And it just gives, older man, young sprightly girlfriend on vacation. But something's weird with him. Like he keeps trying to figure out where the husband is of this
of the resort
owner.
Runner. Yeah.
So there's that. And then we also have the social class, kind of opposite end of the spectrum. We have the staff. We have Mook, who is one of the staff members that works at the White Lotus.
Played by Lisa from Blackpink.
Yes. And I'm not really into the K-pop girls, but Dylan is. And she was like, oh my God, that's Lisa.
Blackpink, though, is like an international
They
girl
are
group.
very much international.
They're huge.
They are. So we have Lisa, who plays Mook. She's one of the staff members of the White Lotus. And then we also have Gaitok, I hope I'm saying that right, who is also one of the security guards that works at White Lotus.
Yes.
It's definitely giving, they have a crush on each other. Well, he has a crush on her. She's very beautiful. She kind of gets the attraction of everybody there, staff and guests at the resort. So he's like trying to really shoot his shot. But they're like lifelong friends, it seems. They've known each other for a long time. So we'll see how that goes. But he's definitely trying to prove himself to this girl. And then lastly, we have our recurrent character, Natasha Rothwell from Insecure, our doll Kelly.
Yes.
She plays Belinda. Belinda has been on White Lotus since the inception of the show, since season 1.
Just the first season, right? Because she was in Hawaii, but she wasn't in Italy.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so she was on season 1, but she is... A lot of times White Lotus will bring back castmates from previous seasons. So if you watch season 1 of White Lotus, she is back again in the same role, but in a different facet. She's here to really understand how the White Lotus in Thailand operates and bring back like her knowledge back to like where she is.
Like an exchange
an exchange program. So you see her there. She's kind of there to absorb and understand everything that they have to offer there and bring it back to utilize back at her work, which she's in the White Lotus Resort in Hawaii. So that's the main cast. We also do have that guy. Oh my gosh.
His name in the other seasons is Greg, but he's going by Gary now.
Yes.
If y'all remember Jennifer Coolidge, who like the guy she hooked up with and ended up marrying and all of that stuff. Yeah. It's him. He fled to, remember he stole her money
and fled. He is now in Thailand and he has this really young girlfriend there and they live there. They're not really a cast. Well, they're not really a guest at the White Lotus, but they live there and they frequent the White Lotus to drink. And it's like the last episode, you kind of see Kelly see him and she's like, don't I know you from somewhere? So it's that tie-in. You really just don't know where it's going to go, you guys. The show opens up and there's gunfire. So it kind of gives like, oh, this happens 3 weeks before the rest of the show happens. So you kind of have, that shit is about to pop off and the rest of the season shows how the buildup gets to the point of someone's shooting, possibly getting killed. There is the theme that there's always someone always dies in every season. So we're going to figure out how that happens this season.
Season's great so far,
Season is so good, you guys. It comes out every Sunday, I believe. Every Sunday on Max. Go stream. We'll be streaming. This will be something we talk about again because we've been waiting for this show to come out. So
for future reference, if we ever say Kelly, we mean the actress from Insecure. We always call her Kelly.
Yes, we always call her Kelly.
So if
her name is Natasha Rothwell, but we love Kelly. But yes, please go stream, tap in. Y'all know we've been waiting for this show to come back.
Yes,
lots of people have been waiting just like us, so we're very excited it's back and we couldn't wait to bring it to share with y'all.
Yes.
So you guys, for creative writing class is over. Please, if you haven't watched, go watch. But until then, class is dismissed.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, we're back with period 2 and another new period, another completely new period. Guys, I am super excited about this new period. And I can't wait to keep talking about not this exact thing, but like this period.
But just this period in general.
Just this period in general. What period could she be talking about, you guys say? And I respond, criminology, guys.
Ooh.
For those of you who know me, and if you don't, I'm going to let you know this right now. I am a true crime girly down. It's such a terrible thing to be fascinated with, but it's just like the psychology of people and how people can stoop down to like the depths of like depravity and like go off the deep end and really cause harm. It's very interesting and fascinating in that way.
To the point where this girl will be getting ready to go out and there I will hear, he stabbed her to death in the bathroom. And I'm like,
shout out to Morbid, a true crime podcast, y'all. Morbid are my true crime podcast girlies. Love y'all down.
Instead of listening to...
I do listen to my music, but like say I just got off if I just got off a shift, I listen to my true crime podcast while I work. And I love it. Anyway, guys, what we're talking about for this topic is the new Ruby Franke documentary, which is called Devil in the Family: The Fall of Ruby Franke. If y'all were anywhere watching the news or on social media in late 2023, you will remember all of this happening live. I remember this happening live. I had never heard of Ruby Franke before this incident took place, but I know all about her now. And yeah, so this docuseries just dropped on Hulu like this week. At least the week that we're recording it. Yeah. So like late February it dropped. Yeah. And guys, you have to go see it because
it's wild as fuck.
I was like kind of keeping up with the case when it was happening. But you know, just seeing like the full scale of everything and all the details, and they get, you know, her 2 oldest children to comment on things and her ex-husband, and
y'all, I had never heard about this till I saw it.
It was wild. Next level. It's wild. It's so layered and so many different things go on. So I'm gonna try my best to like summarize everything, and then we can kind of just have a key about it. Yeah. And y'all tell us what you think about the whole thing. But it's crazy, y'all. So to start things off with, Ruby Franke was known as like one of the very early like momfluencers. And she had a YouTube channel. Her husband and their 6 kids had a YouTube channel called The 8 Passengers that started in like 2015. Yes. And she was one of the most popular YouTube channels and YouTube, you know, influencers on the channel for a couple of years.
Yeah. After I saw her, I was like, oh, I've seen her before.
I had never heard about her before the case.
I've seen her on like, you know, when you go on YouTube and you're looking at like the top videos. Yeah. I had seen her videos be like,
they were huge. Ones. They had like at least 1 million subscribers. A huge following. Yeah. So they were a big deal. The channel gained actually over 2.5 million subscribers at their peak. Yeah. So they were huge. They were everywhere. And this is in like the 2010s. So you have Ruby, the mom. I think the dad's name is Kevin, and their 6 kids. Mormon family in Utah. Right. So yeah, basically from the late 2010s into the early 2020s, as the videos went on and they started to get more notoriety and recognition, some concerns started to kind of like leak out through their videos where it was like, she would say some suspect things about like, oh, how I discipline my kids.
Concerning parenting.
Very concerning like parenting methods that the viewers let them know. Like, this doesn't really make sense. So like withholding food from kids when they don't listen, taking away a child's bedroom and making them sleep on a beanbag for 7 months.
7 months.
That was the video literally, and the kids said that in the video, and basically the tides turned against them and they got canceled.
That was the ripple. That was the ripple that caused it.
Literally. So that resulted in them losing a lot of sponsorships, losing a lot of subscribers. Obviously, that's going to affect their income. Things started to go left for them. So then after that, she basically was like, I'm going to tap back into my faith and really start to become more of that type of influencer.
Big rebrand.
And also like during that time, this very big character in their story, Jody Hildenbrandt, gets introduced. At first was like a therapist for their oldest son, and then like started to weave her way into the family, specifically in Ruby and her husband's relationship.
Right. Because the son had like
behavioral issues,
troubles at school.
And so they contacted her, and she just kind of became ingrained within their family from that point forward, especially when it came to Ruby. So yeah, they become involved. This is like, now we're in like 2022, 2023, when they really become involved and enmeshed in each other. So yeah, she gets linked to Jodie Hildenbrandt, and Jodie Hildenbrandt is a self-proclaimed counselor who's known for her extreme disciplinary views. She does everything from like children's counseling to like marriage counseling, but she was not a licensed psychologist doing all of this. And just leading people astray, like
a self-proclaimed counselor.
Yes,
that was off her
rocker, dude. Like, and
batshit
to the umph degree. Like, it was really like, oh girl. But yeah, so she also lives in Utah. And yeah, they like got very close to each other. They start this thing called the Connections Classroom. Jodie also kind of had like a mini cult called Connections. Her and Ruby working together started this thing called Connections Classroom that was supposed to be like talking to parents and stuff on like how to best raise your kids and stuff like that.
But also did things with the couples, like parents, and then
right, like, that wasn't just Connections, not Connections Classroom. So the Connections cult was specifically about individuals and marriages. When her and Ruby got together and started their own channel, that was Connections Classroom, talking about parenting and child rearing, and all the stuff that they were saying was very abusive, harmful to children.
Sectors of Connections.
Yes. And then in August 30th, 2023 is when everything blew up. Basically what happened was Ruby's 12-year-old son, also, by this point, Ruby has separated from her husband, basically disowned her 2 oldest children, sent her 2 middle children to live with like family friends. And so now it's just her 2 youngest children, and Jodie. Right. Living together basically in Jodie's house. So August 30th, 2023, Ruby's 12-year-old son escapes from Hildenbrandt's home in Ivins, Utah, and goes to a neighbor's house. He's emaciated. He has open wounds and duct tape on his extremities. And goes to the neighbor, rings the doorbell, is like, can you please contact me with the police?
It's been caught on like the
it's on the Ring doorbell. And police then help the little boy and discover another child, the youngest girl of the family, in Jodie Hildenbrandt's home, and that leads to both Ruby and Jodie's arrests. That all happened August 30th, 2023. By December of that same year, both Ruby and Jodie pled guilty to 4 counts of aggravated child abuse in exchange for 2 additional charges being dropped. In February of this year, they were sentenced to 4 consecutive prison terms of 1 to 15 years each, which means both of them are serving 30-year max sentences as we speak in federal prison. And then obviously this documentary dropped in February on Hulu. That is what the case is up to this point. Obviously, both women have been sentenced and are serving their well-deserved time in prison.
Should have more.
Should have done more. Now let's just get into like our thoughts about the docuseries. As I've already said, and from my very sweeping summary of everything, it sounds crazy, but if y'all watch the documentary, it goes into like great, and it's a good docuseries.
It's very good,
very detailed, very well made. Shout out to her 2 kids that participated in this documentary, because
and
y'all
went through
like not really shout out.
Not shout out to like yay go him, but like he was vulnerable.
And he did share, which like I guess good for him. But
he's a lot to blame.
We'll get into that. A lot of the stuff that happened, not even a lot, everything he could have prevented. He could have prevented stuff, and he allowed it to happen, which he admits. But I just don't agree with that.
The nigga could have got up. Stand up.
He could have said something. Like, you're their father. You could have stood up and said, actually, we're not going to do any of that, and stop things before it got to a certain point. Instead, he just went along with everything.
And allowed the Jodie therapist or
allowed
counselor
it all to happen.
Allowed her to kick him out of his own home. He was paying for.
He was deep in the cult too at that point.
He was very deep.
But after a certain point, like
the son
was also indoctrinated. The one that was the most out of it was like the oldest daughter.
She was older though, and then was gone at school, so she wasn't really around.
I think she was like, she might be like a year or 2 years older than the oldest boy, something like that. But guys, the docuseries is insane. I just want to note that I feel like I've seen a lot of the narrative around this case being like, oh well, Ruby changed after this woman came into her life, and the oldest daughter like definitely clarified and said, well, my mom always had abusive tendencies.
Yeah.
And it did ramp up, once she got another bad character in the mix that encouraged that behavior.
Right.
But she was always an abusive
It was like
mother.
laying dormant. Like the psycho bitch was laying dormant until something activated it.
Right. But she always was doing little stuff.
Doing shit.
There's a lot of like behind the scenes footage that they include from like the vlogging and all of that
like
stuff.
Like her cut stuff that wasn't shown.
Right. Where, it's crazy.
Yeah. You can definitely tell.
You can tell. Fucked up. And those youngest kids, my heart goes out to them. It's really so sad.
Yeah.
To see and to hear the details of everything that happens.
That lady shaved her daughter bald.
Forced them to stay outside, chained them up,
roped them.
Guys,
had rope lacerations on their wrists and ankles.
Emaciated to the point where they were literally skin and bones. Guys, if child abuse is something that's very triggering for you, maybe this is not the best documentary to watch.
Yeah, I would agree.
But let's just be glad that she was stopped, more than anything.
And God bless that little boy who was able to get out and get help. Because
brave.
She was going to kill them.
I think he was like 12 or 13. Yeah, they would have died. She wrote in her journal basically that like, I will do this until the day you die. Yes,
y'all. There was like a file folder that police discovered when they went back to the house, and this bitch was documenting all the terrible shit she was doing to her kids. Because she claims they were possessed.
She thought they were possessed by demons. It's just so next level. That little boy is so brave. He must have been. God. I think they said he was like 12 or 13 years old. Literally saved his own and his little sister's life by escaping that day and doing what he did. His and shout out to the old man who helped him. Literally,
yes.
Like, because who knows what would have happened. Thank God they were able to get out. But I think if anything, what this really does show us is, again, social media, y'all. If you don't know, or if you've heard it before, I'm here to re-say it. Social media is not real life.
It's not.
What people present to you on a camera, they edit. I mean, I can speak to us. We edit. We take the takes out. We redo. So that we can push out the best image possible.
Exactly.
To y'all. I mean, we keep it a buck. Don't get us wrong.
We try to be very forthcoming with y'all, but literally, I have a cough right now, and we've had to do multiple takes because we can't be. I can't be live coughing in front of y'all.
Right.
But that just goes to show, like, you edit and you show exactly.
You show what you want to show. Yeah. So you see this with Ruby Franke. And all of this, you see it with the Gabby Petito case, who just got a Netflix documentary that happened
that's really
in
good too.
Yeah, that's also really good. That just came out on Netflix like earlier February. But that's another, social media and how things are not always as they seem from what people report. Yep. So I don't want anybody to take what people like social media influencers or people who have a big following or anything like that. Don't take what you see or what you're told as like gospel. Like that's a fact. Please don't.
Have your own mind.
Have your own mind. Form your own opinion. Yes. Do your own research. Take everything with a grain of salt because you never ever know.
This was the biggest YouTuber for a long time. Huge. You guys.
Oops, y'all hit the mic. Huge influencer. Like huge. One of the biggest mommy vloggers for a long time. So y'all definitely shout out to all of the people who were affected by this case. I hope you all are doing so much better now.
Yes, my God.
Thankfully, her and Jody are serving their much deserved time.
Yes. And any survivors of
child abuse at all. It's a terrible epidemic that each country suffers from. But yeah, guys,
that them bitches were taken down.
Let's thank God for that. They're locked up. Yeah. But yeah, guys, so that was this case. If y'all want more true crime cases, more criminology periods,
y'all like true crime?
Literally say less. Do y'all like it? Because I do. And I'll talk about it. I
can't lie, I'm a fan, but she's a super fan.
It's so interesting. And there's so many different types of crime too. Like there's blue collar and there's scammers and there's murder and there's, this type of thing, abuse. And there's so many different types of things.
There's a lot of different.
It's very interesting. Yeah. It's super interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, without any further ado, y'all, we're going to wrap up class there. I hope you took good notes because there will be a test. And yeah, class is dismissed.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, we are back with period 3. And for period 3, we have your favorite, none other than sociology. We have this class almost every episode because we love it. And you love it.
Yeah.
And for Soch, who do we have but the Bachelor?
Gotta have it at this point.
Y'all, I finally convinced her. She's looped in. She's tapped in. She's locked in.
I am officially part of Bachelor Nation, guys. I really am. Like, who's getting the rose tonight? Let's find out. Yeah.
Y'all, you know, with any ABC show, you have to get past that little level of corniness before the drama really sets in. And that's with every episode. There's going to be some layer of just cringe. But then the tea is slowly, like, sitting in the background, waiting for you to tap in.
The tea is here. It's here. And I really need them to fight. I know they're not going to fight. But somebody that we'll talk about really needs to get. She needs just a little pat. That's all she needs. Just a little poop, and I think she will calm down after that. I really do. Put her on Baddies, my new platform.
Let's petition to have her on Baddies.
Yes, I just want them to beat her up. Honestly, that's it.
But you guys, we are here with episode 5 of The Bachelor. We're getting down to the last few girls. Like, it's slowly dwindling and dwindling. Actually, not slowly, fastly dwindling.
It's going quick.
It's almost at the last few episodes.
Yeah.
So for episode 5, the girls are finally on vacation with The Bachelor. So every season, you guys, The Bachelor takes the girls on a trip somewhere international where he can see, you know, what would it be like to go on a trip with one of the girls if they decide to do, you know, forever together.
Yeah.
This time they decide to go to Spain and Scotland. So they're in Europe. They take the girls to Europe. And before episode 5, in episode 4, they were in Spain. And 2 girls did get dropped before they went to our most current episode, which is 5, which is what I'll be really talking about with you today.
Yeah.
I will go back to some elements of episode 4, but we're going to talk about the most current because that's the most drama filled one.
Yes.
So, of the remaining girls, y'all, we kind of hinted it as the show as our period opened up. There is a girl that we really want to see get fought.
Yes.
There is a girl who is insufferable, who is very unlikable, who is probably, I would say, the villain of this season.
Definitely.
And that is none other than Miss Puerto Rico, Carolina. Y'all, I don't have nothing nice to say about that girl. I find it very hard to find something savable of her.
There's nothing nice to say.
It's really nothing nice to say. This girl has been insufferable, I think, since her one-on-one date with Grant.
Yes.
Since episode 3. And I believe that was from the challenge where they had the talent show and Mario was like a guest judge, not guest judge, but like a special guest and performer that helped the girls, you know, put on a show. This girl has been insufferable since she had her first date with him. Like, she wants all of his time to the point where, you know, like, there's always a girl like that on every season, but like to the point where she emotionally manipulates Grant into paying her all the attention that she does not deserve.
No.
She honestly is the concoctor of all the drama and then wants to cry and play victim about, none of the girls like me. Oh my God, it's so hard for me in the house and I just want to be with Grant. Girl, she's fucking manipulative.
Mind you, she's a villain to all the girls.
She's a villain to all the girls. She got one, I mean, not even, she didn't get her evicted, but she pretty much made it so this one girl left.
Yeah.
The girl Rose, who Grant was really, really actually starting to like, she concocted some bullshit that she had a private Carolina and Rose had a private conversation, and Rose brought up that she thought she overheard Grant say something that apparently he didn't, and Carolina could not keep a private conversation. Like, it wasn't even something the camera saw, y'all.
No.
She brought it from off screen and brought it to Grant because she felt so affected and so infected by what she was said, and Grant stopped liking, not even stopped liking, but like,
he got mad over the situation.
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, understandably so, I don't want anybody to think I said something I didn't say.
Right, putting words in someone's mouth. Yeah.
But it threw a wrench in their relationship.
It sabotaged the relationship.
It sabotaged 100%. It to the point where Rose left. Like, she left the show because she was like, I don't think we can rebound from this.
Yeah.
But let it be known, Carolina purposely planted that. Because why would you go and talk about this in the first place?
There was no need.
For what reason would you do it?
There was really no need. Just to cause mess.
Just to cause mess. And that was honestly, like, I think, like, the turning point for her as a villain on the show.
Yes.
Like, she was like, oh, I can just manipulate my way through this. So from that episode, she has just been continuing to be the arch nemesis of all the girls on the cast. Like, Episode 4, she continues on the crying, the oh, woe is me, oh my God, it's all me.
Crying in front of Grant
because the girl, when one of Grant's faves, Juliana, if you're watching the show, you know what I'm talking about. Of course, we're going to insert the picture. But Juliana is one of Grant's faves.
Yeah.
And
I like her too.
I really like her. She's a pretty girl. She's straightforward. She's grounded. She's nice. Like, I like her. And all the girls are picking up that Carolina's full of shit. Yeah. And no one's really saying anything to her to not cause drama because of all the shit she caused with Rose already. They're like, they're not trying to address it.
Yeah.
Juliana's like, fuck it, I'm finna address it.
Yeah.
And she pulls the girl, very classy, honestly. Very classy. The way you're supposed to address someone when you have an issue. Pulls her aside and is like, girl, we all do not appreciate the way you're monopolizing Grant's time.
Yes.
You're kind of affecting the group. You're very negative. You talk badly about Grant when he's not around, which is true. Like, not bad about him, but she spins all these wheels of, oh, do I really like him? Do I really want to be with him? How do I know I want to be with someone after one date? Like, girl, you're on the show.
You came on. Okay, that's her main thing of like, oh, I don't want to have to keep doing these group dates. You came on The Bachelor. You signed
up for.
That's kind of the whole point.
You know what you signed up for. If you sign up for The Bachelor, you know it's gonna be you and 30 bitches fighting over one man.
Right.
Fighting over a man.
Right.
Or trying to gain the attention and love of a man.
Right. And as like one of the few girls that like actually got a one-on-one with The Bachelor, she complains about not getting enough time with him in front of girls who have not had that time. Like, it's just very inconsiderate.
Right. She's inconsiderate. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about anybody but her.
No.
And she makes it known to the other girls to the point where they don't give a fuck about her anymore.
Yeah.
Like, and then she wants to be like, oh, I'm outcasted. None of the girls like me. You made yourself an outcast.
Yeah.
You made it so the other girls don't want to talk to you.
Right.
That continues on. So Juliana brings that up. Then
she gets buck with her.
She gets buck with Juliana, trying to be like, oh, so why are we having this conversation? Well,
I don't remember asking for your opinion.
Asking about your opinion.
And I think I'm just going to keep doing me. Oh.
Okay. Mind you, she's trying to like, hey, the girls don't really appreciate this. We have to live together. Don't you want us to all be copacetic?
Right.
Oh, well, I don't remember when I asked for your opinion. Oh.
She should have popped her right there. Sorry. Okay, right then and there, she should have punched her in their shit. Like, I'm sorry.
And at that point, you kind of get the gist of the type of bitch we're dealing with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have been searching for the signs of this cast, y'all. Hopefully, I find it before the season is up because I would love to know.
I need to know.
I would love to know because I'm getting cancer. I'm getting, like, emotionally manipulative.
It just turns on the waterworks like right before Grant walks in, y'all, so conveniently.
An actress, so conveniently when Grant is just about to walk in.
Yeah.
But it's so annoying, and so Juliana has that whole thing with her on episode 4. And then we get to episode 5 where she's already been called out. The girls don't like her at this point. Grant is kind of picking up some things like she's always crying, nothing's ever good enough. By episode 5 we are kind of seeing like the divide. It's all the girls on one side and then there's Carolina. At this point, Carolina she goes on a group date with the rest of the girls. Grant picks 2 other girls to go on a group date. One was Letitia, his other fave.
Mm-hmm. Or go on a one-on-one, you mean?
Yeah, to go on the one-on-one.
These are the final one-on-ones.
The final one-on-ones. Yes, the final one-on-ones before the hometown episode, which is the next episode. Hometown is when he meets the families and all that. So these are the girls he's really taking seriously.
Yeah.
So this is like the last chance to really have a one-on-one date with Grant before the final decisions. He picks Letitia and Juliana, our fave, to go on those last one-on-one dates. Now, of the final girls, and I'll just read the list of the final girls. Yeah. There's Alex, Carolina, Dina, Juliana, Letitia, Serafina, and Zoe. Zoe is the only girl from the cast that has not had a one-on-one date yet.
Who we also pinned as our early villain, but now
we pinned her as our early villain.
Never thought she would get unseated.
Yeah, because she had some like Carolina tendencies as monopolizing Grant's time, but she got checked and she stopped. So I can't really hold her for anything else. She hasn't really done anything villainous since then. Carolina has since unseated her from that
for sure.
And now Zoe has not had a one-on-one date, but he has had 2 one-on-one dates with Letitia and has now had his one-on-one date with Juliana.
We think she's gonna win.
I think Letitia's gonna win, y'all. Yeah. The man cried in front of her.
He's like obsessed with her. He loves. He's in love with her. Honestly,
I mean, every time since the beginning, he was like, "Oh my God, you're stunning. You're so beautiful. You're." I mean, mind you, he thinks everyone's attractive, but he's just like, it's heart eyes.
He's obsessed with her.
He's heart eyes over this woman, and she's very. Honestly, I get the very maternal, very like sweet, caring,
very kind, understanding,
very kind.
Caring.
She gives like preschool teacher, like
very sweet, very teacher vibes,
very kind.
I don't know what I forget what she does,
but honestly, Letitia behind closed doors, she keeps it a buck too.
She does. I like
but her. They have their final dates. Zoe does not get a date, so Zoe is part of the larger group date that also Carolina is on. Y'all, the whole fucking day, Carolina is sitting there being off to the side, not really doing things with the group.
Mind you, it's a date where they're playing games.
It's a group date, right? And it's fun. And all the other girls, even Zoe, who hasn't had a date, is still trying to make the best out of the time that they're there having. So, of course, Carolina's moping. Grant pulls her, because she's moping, and Grant is Captain Save-A-Ho. He pulls her, and then she monopolizes the rest of the date. And a whole hour passes, and he's nowhere to be seen for the other girls. Mind you, Zoe never got the one-on-one, so this is her prime time. She doesn't get the time.
No.
So the girls are essentially over it. They're back at the house. The girls are trying to talk to Carolina about like the bullshit, but Carolina doesn't give a fuck. No. Dina, her only friend in the house, actually calls her out and is like, "Girl, I was going hard for you last time."
She was defending her.
She was defending the shit, like defending her down. And she didn't give a fuck. And she was like, now I see what all the other girls are talking about. Like, you don't care. You don't really care about how we feel. All you care is about yourself. So Dina actually takes it upon herself to go tell Grant what's been like hints around it without actually saying the girl's name. But like, kind of like, I don't know if you see what's going on, but all the other girls see. And I know you're a smart guy. So you can put 2 and 2 together with who's really here for you and who's doing all this shady shit to get your attention.
Right.
Comes time for a rose. Now, mind you, Zoe doesn't have a one-on-one out of the rest of the cast. We're thinking it's probably going to unfortunately be Carolina, Letitia, Juliana, and I actually was suspecting that it was gonna be Alex from Canada. I thought, who looks like Karuchi. I thought it was gonna be her
because she got the very first
one-on-one, and he seemed to really like her. Y'all. Big damn, that was very shocking.
It was the gag of the century.
And the gag of the century. It ended up his final 4 girls. Thank God Carolina's ass got sent the fuck home. Thank fucking God he saw the 4 through the trees. Okay, shout out to Dina. But his final 4 was Letitia, which we knew. Juliana, which we also knew. Mm-hmm. Where we thought was Alex, it was actually Dina. Yeah, Dina. She's cool as fuck, honestly. I really like her too. Yeah. And the surprise of the fucking century, Zoe came through. And you know what I told Dylan, like the last episode before episode 5, she had
to put her freakum dress on.
Freakum dress. Bitch is body down. Like she's bodied the fuck down.
She is.
I think she put that on, was like, let me remind you exactly, and my bitch secured.
She secured her position. I can't be mad at her.
I can't be. You gotta pull all the stops. Like, let me show you exactly.
Like, oh, you were about to send me home?
You forgot how I was ass? Like, I think you forgot.
No, you weren't.
But yes, those are the final 4 girls, you guys. Thank God Carolina's ass got sent the fuck home, bitch.
It would be a peaceful season from this point forward.
You're a shady bitch, Carolina. I want you to know.
Yeah, girl, fuck you if you're watching
girl, fuck you respectfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are down to the final 4 girls. Next episode is Hometown. I think by the time we record, we might be on our last episode. Like, he might be deciding.
You're right. It might be finale
time. So, y'all, go watch if you haven't. It's honestly about an hour episode each time, so you might have some time to put away. But it's tea. Y'all would love it. It's on ABC. You can stream on Hulu. Go watch The Bachelor.
Go see it.
We love you, Bachelor Nation. We've been officially inducted. And that's all for period 3. Bye. Class is dismissed.
Guys, we're back with period 4. It's been a recurring period. Y'all know it's going to be a recurring period till the season ends. Mm-hmm. We're here with art class featuring RuPaul's Drag Race season 17.
Of course.
Now, the last time I talked to y'all about RuPaul's Drag Race, I'm pretty sure was when Hormona Lisa went home which was 3 episodes ago. So we're just going to do a sweeping through the last 3 episodes. Episode 9 is the episode that just came out on Friday. It's the most recent episode. So I'm going to be talking about through then. Spoiler alert if you have not seen from episode 7 through 9. Okay, but I will be saying what episode I'm about to talk about before I jump into it. So there's your warning. Ready? Let's go. Gentlemen, start your engines. May the best drag queen win.
Ladies, start your engines.
So we have episode 7, which was Snatch Game. Guys, Snatch Game is one of the most iconic Drag Race challenges. Everybody knows it's coming.
Yeah.
So, you know, the queens, you should have a character ready that you're comfortable to play.
Yeah.
And if not, 2, just to be safe.
Right.
So we had our Snatch Game. Overall, it was an okay Snatch Game. There were standout characters.
For sure.
It was not the funniest Snatch Game I've ever seen. There have been better Snatch Games.
I look forward to the Snatch Game episodes.
I look forward to it all the time, but it wasn't the best that I've seen. So anyway, for our top that week, we had Jules Sparkles, who played Bigfoot. Very funny. Sam Starr, who played Kim Gravel. If y'all have ever seen Kim Gravel, she was like a pageant coach who used to have a show, and I don't remember what the show was called, but it's so funny. And I guess she was also on QVC, like one of the seller ladies.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then
it's not Towers and Tiaras, it's something else.
No, it's not Towers and Tiaras, but it was like adjacent, like children's pageantry. She was a coach. And then Anya Nerve, who played Eddie Murphy. Hilarious.
Amazing. She did such a good job.
Those were our top queens for that week. And then our bottom queens were Crystal Envy, who played Nicole Richie. Bad. We had Arietti, who played Cupid. Terrible. And then we had Lana Del Rey, who played Rosa Parks. Awful. Y'all, that was not rehearsed. Let's
Y'all giving Tia and Tamara a little bit.
That was authentic. That was very Sister Tia of us.
Yeah. Telepathy.
Really twin telepathy.
What was it? Twin them.
It's twin them. Okay, but yeah. So out of the top, our winner was Anya Nerve, deserved down. And the bottom 2 lip syncing were Crystal Envy and Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey ended up winning the lip sync, which means Crystal Envy was sent home.
Yes.
This was disappointing for me. Yeah. I did really like Crystal as a queen. I think she's very talented. Obviously, she's a very gorgeous girl. I wanted to see more out of her. So it was disappointing that the first time she performed bad, she was sent home.
Yeah.
Mind you, this was Lana's second time in the bottom 2. So there's that.
Lana is hanging in there.
You know what? I've been trying to give Lana the benefit of the doubt, especially as a black queen, but she just hasn't given it to me. Like I'm still waiting. So at this point, she has to go, in my opinion.
I tried to give her grace because she's young, but Dylan was like, "No, there's been other like really good young queens,
which is queens, true. 19, 20, 21 that tear it up and win the fucking season. So age is no excuse, girl. I'm sorry, it's not.
I tried to give it to you.
Now there was controversy around the win this episode, courtesy of none other than Susie fucking Toot, who I officially dislike after episode 7, because also the microaggressive way where she was like, Anya just acted like herself. Huh?
Have you ever seen an Eddie Murphy anything?
So do you know who Eddie Murphy is? Let's start there.
If there was a lineup of actors, could you point him out?
Could you point Eddie Murphy out? I don't think so. Because the way she acted was Eddie Murphy down. Like, was there a little bit of Anya in it? Sure, but it gave very much more Eddie Murphy to me.
Mannerisms, the way that she talked, the way that that he was portrayed on Snatch Game. Down, like she got it.
And Susie really thought she was about to eat it up. She did bad. It was
terrible.
Like, she did bad. It was safe at best. Like, so girl, just take your safe and be happy that you're not in the fucking bottom, to be honest with you. Look, I saw it was a good swear. I'm already back. Anyway, so that was episode 7. Congrats to Anya. She deserved that win. Right. Now we're on episode 8, which was the Rusical episode. I love a good Rusical. And this year's Rusical was the Wicked Wiz of Oz. So it was a mashup of Wicked, The Wizard of Oz, and The Wiz. It was very cute. I really liked it. So our tops of that week were Susie Toot, who basically played the alphabet character for my Wicked fans. Jules Sparkles, who played basically Galinda, or the Good Witch. Sam Starr, who played the Wicked Witch of the East, who was also represented by Cher. Cher was the Wicked Witch of the East in the musical. And she did a good job too. And then Anya Nerve, who played Harlem Dorothy, or Dorothy from The Wiz. And then in our bottoms that week, we had Corey King, who was one of the Flying Monkeys. and Acacia forgot.
I'm sorry. Yo.
No, and she really did not want to be one of those monkeys. And honestly, I was like,
that was a little like, no,
it's very
racially insensitive.
No, it was it was not lost on me. Yeah. And then the other bottom was Acacia forgot who played Kansas Dorothy. Flop, big flop.
Yeah.
So the person who ended up winning the challenge was Sam Starr, who played Wicked Witch of the East, or Cher. I thought that Sam did good, but I honestly would have chosen Jules to win. I thought Jules did great. And I was nervous that Susie was going to win because Susie did do good, but I don't fuck with Susie anymore. I don't like
Susie.
So
she's unlikable.
She's unlikable. But I do like Sam Starr, and I thought Sam did good, so I wasn't mad at her win. I would have given it to Jules, though, personally. And then Corey King and Acacia forgot lip synced. Corey ate her up. Acacia went home. We forgot. So, yeah. Anyway,
we really did.
That was that. The most recent episode that just happened last night was episode 9, Heavens to Betsy, another design challenge. We've had a lot of design challenges so far this season. But honestly, I'm glad that Ru is making the girls sew this season.
Put an outfit together.
You gotta do it.
And then put it on.
Yeah, you're not gonna get away with it this season, girls.
Yeah.
So Heavens to Betsy, featuring the incomparable, the iconic Betsy Johnson.
That bitch is still hitting splits, y'all.
She's 83, guys, or 82, 83.
Yes. And the dress she had on, I'm about to...
So
Betsy,
cute.
I'm searching for that, actually.
I love Betsy Johnson down, so I was very excited. So
it's
basically,
very cool.
The girls got different collection inspirations from Betsy Johnson, and they had to make a look that, corresponded with that collection. And so design challenge down, you guys can already guess, who was going to place high in that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you. The top for that week were Jules, Ariete, and Lexi Love.
We knew
I
this.
loved all three of the looks. My favorite out of those looks. I liked Lexi Simone.
I like Lexi.
I thought it was cunt. I'm sorry. I really liked
very cunt.
It was so pretty and like mesmerizing.
Yeah. She stood out amongst everyone.
She did. Not that Ariete and Jules' looks weren't pretty, because they were.
Yeah.
And Jules gave a very Betsy Johnson look.
Jules gave, Betsy Johnson could have made that.
Yes, 100%. Betsy Johnson even said, when I close my eyes and I think about this collection, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
Which was Jules' look.
Yeah.
So all the girls did good that was in the top. Nobody that was in the top didn't deserve it.
Right.
The bottom for that week were Lydia Butthole Collins, Corey King, and Anya Nerve. Now, mind you, this is Anya's first time in the bottom as well. She's never placed bottom. She's always been top or safe. Mostly top,
but sometimes that little humbling is a good kick in the ass.
It's never a bad thing.
Yeah.
To be in the bottom. And also, Anya's not known for being a seamstress.
No. She can put an outfit together.
She can put one together, but it's not
she's
her.
Not a look queen.
She's not a look queen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So our winner ended up being Jules Sparkles. Like I said, Betsy Johnson did say, when I think about this collection, your look is what I envision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, stamp of approval from Betsy. That was the challenge's goal, so she got it. And I did like her look. Don't get me wrong. I did like it. I thought it was very cute. Is it who I would have chosen to win? No. I would have chose Lexi. I thought her look was chef's kiss.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It really was.
But honestly, I wasn't mad Jewel won because it was also really good.
It was deserved. It was deserved. She had a cute look, and Betsy liked it, and she got her win. And she's been deserving a win too, so I'm not mad that Jules got it. Obviously, like I said, Anya was in the bottom, but this was Anya's first time in the bottom, so thankfully she was safe.
Yeah.
It came down to a Lydia B. Collins and a Corey King lip sync. If y'all have kept up with this season, you know that Lydia and Corey basically have a little showmance going on. I know, as of today, they're official, they're boyfriends, today, right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they had a showmance going on. And so to see this happen, it's the moment everybody was waiting for and dreading at the same time. Because I don't want to see y'all fight. Please don't fight. But, they both met in a competition. So they knew what they came here to do.
Yeah.
And it sucks that it came down to the two of them having to lip sync.
Yeah.
But,
it's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter. It's not personal. It's business at that point. So they did the lip sync. And if y'all have been watching the season, Lydia is the quiet lip sync assassin.
She's
so
good.
While it was a good
Corey up, low key.
While it was a good lip sync, she did eat up Corey, and I feel like the song fit her vibe more too. So and that does play a big role in who's gonna win a lip sync. It's what type of song is it, and which queen matches up to that more.
Right.
So in that case, it was Lydia. Lydia did eat Corey up, and Corey was sent home. They did share a kiss in the middle though.
That was kind of iconic.
Like, it was very iconic. It was a good lip sync. It really was. And that was like the cherry on top that we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good lip sync. It was iconic.
Rue was gagged.
Rue was gagging. No, all the judges were gagging. The girls were cheering, and it was a nice moment. But yeah, so Corey was sent home. And yeah, guys, that's up through the most recent episode. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty with Drag Race.
Yeah. Who do you think is gonna win?
I still have Lexi pinned as my favorite, and
Same.
I do think that she will at least be top 4, top 3.
Lexi and Anya for me.
I do think Anya could take the whole season.
Yeah, me too.
And I wouldn't be mad because I like Anya a lot.
I love them both.
I love them both, but Anya's been doing
differently,
her thing.
but like Anya's been eating.
She's been eating real bad. Yeah. So I could see her taking it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, wait, really quick. I'm going to insert a picture of when I went to a Drag Race viewing party for episode 8 and met Miss Sasha Colby. Because she was a host. I died, guys. I died. So iconic. So anyway, yeah, but like as usual, guys, I will keep you posted when it comes to Drag Race. There won't be any more safe girls in like 2 weeks, pretty much. Yeah. Because we're getting down to like the final 7, final 6. Mm-hmm. So I will keep y'all posted. Wait with bated breath until the next Hall Pass episode. Hold your breath. And class dismissed. See ya.
Guys, we are back with the end of the school day. So you already know what time it is. It's your homework.
Yep.
Your favorite part of the day, I think.
Who doesn't love homework?
Who doesn't love homework? And we have the most fun homework, so please, come on. Your homework this time, as you know, we are gearing up for Oscar season. So we have some big heavy hitters for the nominees for Best Film.
It was a good year for movies.
It was a really good year for movies, y'all. So we're going to recommend our favorites that we've seen that we think, honestly, we'd love to see walk away with Best Film.
Disclaimer, I personally, and I don't think Jordan either, has seen all of the nominated
movies. No, we have
movies,
not.
but we've seen a good amount of them.
Honestly, most of them, though.
We've seen most.
Yeah. So my first recommendation to definitely go see is Conclave. Now, me and Dylan very recently saw this. I want to say last week. Yeah. Last week. It's on streaming. I forgot what we watched it on.
Peacock?
Maybe.
I want to say it was Peacock.
Maybe Peacock, you guys.
I think it was.
I can't remember exactly, but it is available for streaming. So if you haven't seen it, most of these are available for streaming.
Yeah.
Or purchase, but most are available to stream.
Or bootleg.
Okay. We won't tell nobody. But Conclave was really, really, really good. It's very political, religious, like a crossroads of both things, as well as drama, as well as all kind of like social concepts that you think about, but now it's playing out in real time amongst this the Catholic Church and figuring out who the next pope would be. Without giving too much away, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Go recommend. Next, I think we both agreed on The Substance. Guys,
crazy.
God movie. Damn, that show was that movie was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It is so like well done. First of all, very well shot, very cool. And I love like the way that they framed it. Like it's definitely like set in the 80s, and I love like how they really played off like the 80s aesthetic with the filmography, well, with the cinematography as well. It's very cool. But it was just a different take on horror.
Very like, original. Just an original
originally
concept.
Thought. Yes. Yeah. And like I feel like a lot of film now is a lot of remakes. Yeah. I think they really did a good job with creating a new concept and taking a different spin of traditional horror film. It also brought in like the concepts of women and body image and
aging and ageism
and Hollywood and like social norms and beauty standards for women in Hollywood and how we're supposed to look and all kind of shit. And then also it was fucking terrifying too.
Yeah.
So it's really good. Definitely recommend to go see that. And I think our last one that we are both like, well, Dylan actually has additional one, but I think the one we both agree that we'd love to see is Anora. Anora was really good movie. You guys.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I would also call that a dramedy too.
Yes.
It was just really cute. It's pretty much like a more urban take on Pretty Woman, but except she doesn't get the guy,
Yeah. No spoilers.
No spoilers. But it's essentially about a stripper and she ends up falling for this guy who ends up being like a criminal and she had no idea, and this whole shit spins off from like this big weekend she has with this guy she met.
Not a criminal, but he's like a Russian oligarch's son.
Oh, well, yeah.
She didn't know.
Who she didn't know, like, there was all kinds of shit with this guy.
Right,
She just thought it was this young, rich guy that was at her club.
Right.
But yeah, super, super good. I definitely recommend. We both recommend you guys going to see that.
Yeah.
I know Dylan personally would probably recommend Wicked as well.
100%. If you haven't, if you are one of the very few people in this country who has still not seen Wicked, I know it's coming to streaming sometime this month. I'm pretty sure it's coming to Peacock sometime in March. I think like by the next time we record, it will be on Peacock. So go see Wicked, guys. I mean, just watch it. Pull it up.
Because I still haven't. Yeah, I'm not a musical person.
But here's the thing.
I'm not a musical person.
I went with non-musical people to go see Wicked the second time I saw it because I saw it again in Brazil, and they were like, "Yeah, that was really good. It is really good. It's well done. The people can sing the fuck down, okay? Yeah. And the musical numbers are actually very good. Yeah. Like, and besides that, just the story. If you're somebody who likes The Wizard of Oz, The Wiz, I did like The Wizard of Oz too. Watch Wicked. It's part of the whole. It's part of the whole storyline. I'll watch
it as soon as it hits streaming.
And it adds more color and more flavor to the story of the Wizard of Oz because it just adds more depth to each character. Like not our main Dorothy and the Lion and the Tin Man and the Scarecrow. Yeah. But the witches. It adds a lot more depth to it and more to the storyline. So, and it was great. It was really well done, y'all. I recommend. Yeah.
I'll watch.
Yeah.
When it comes on streaming.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna make her watch it when it comes on streaming.
I will watch. Goddamn.
And the next time you hear from us, you will hear Jordan's review of Wicked because I'm sick of mentioning this shit. She still has. Anyway, Wicked.
I will watch, you guys, but I know Wicked is nominated. And I know it got, standing ovation 5 stars.
So good.
So good. I'm sure it's a heavy hitter as far as also winning Film of the Year.
Yes.
But yes, that is your homework. Please go watch some of these nominated movies.
Before the Oscars,
we give you good recommendations. Trust us. I think you could go stream. And most of them are available for streaming. So go watch.
Or bootleg.
Yes.
But y'all, yeah, that's the school day.
That's the end, guys. That's the end.
So, as usual, I'm going to give our outro. And y'all hopefully will follow what I'm saying. Follow what I'm saying. Okay, so don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at hallpass.pod and on YouTube and X Twitter and our new Blue Sky. You can find us at hallpasspod, all one word.
All one word.
And stream our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, and Amazon Music. Yes. Don't forget, you can swipe up and comment if you are on Spotify. Comment on our YouTube, leave us stuff. We usually do a poll on Spotify too.
Yeah, we do. We always have a poll.
We always have a poll because we want to hear, which thing did you like hearing us talk about?
You can vote. You can leave a comment. You can do whatever. Leave a comment on our YouTube.
Engage, guys, because we always respond. So.
Yeah, and our links are always on our social media if you ever forget. Yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, our links for everything is in our bio.
Yeah, so. Literally everything. Yeah. So we love y'all. Thank you for tuning in again. And yeah, until next time, guys. School is out. Class is dismissed. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.